be reviewing accident incident information from the FAA for 1990. For this project, we will use the Tableau Desktop Professional Edition for the data analysis and visualization of the accident incident data. We will review 10 categories and compare their significance to each other, as well as strategies for improving data collection and quality, as well as better visualization strategies. For this review, we will be evaluating 10 categories of information, comparing them against each other. They will include the date, the location, the make and model, airlines, and also general aviation aircraft. Given the geographic data, we were able to plot the accident incident points using the geographic tools available in Tableau. Not all of the accidents actually had a specific location. Some were just determined by state or simply just as off airport. When broken down into specific airports, you can see the higher incidence of mishaps at the Atlanta Airport, Houston Intercontinental, LAX, as well as some pretty significant accidents at both PDX Portland and Pittsburgh International. In this representation of the data, we look at major airports, accidents, and mishaps. Basically, we see a preponderance of the accidents and mishaps occur in both the wintertime and in the summertime, especially at Atlanta, Portland once again, and Pittsburgh. We then use the data to break down into minor airport accidents and incidents. Here we highlight not only the location, but the month and type and model of the aircraft involved. In this visualization, we show accidents and incidents by make, model, and the month in which they occurred. You can see that the Douglas DC-9 had the most of any one aircraft type, but Boeing had the largest as a manufacturer. Also interesting, when you break it down by the month, once again you can see that the winter months are predominant. January, February, March for a lot of the mishaps, both with Boeing aircraft, the Douglas aircraft, as well as the general aviation aircraft, the Cessna. In this frame, the accidents and incidents of the Boeing aircraft are depicted by their location and relative number. As we can see here, they had the most accidents in San Francisco during their period. This depicts the Douglas aircraft accidents and incidents. As we can see, the only fatalities that were in 1990 occurred in New York and Albany. In this visualization, we see the major airline accidents for 1990 depicted by airline, month, model, airport, state, and those involved in the mishap. As we can tell from this data, Delta experienced the most accidents and incidents during 1990. Within this visualization, we see the general aviation accidents and incidents depicted for each month, indicating the aircraft model. And as we can see here, a majority of the mishaps occurred off airport property. So what are some of the trends noted for 1990? First of all, the busier airports had more mishaps, which makes sense. There's also an interesting difference between the major and minor airports and the events that occurred there. We saw more incidents and accidents in the winter and summertime months. The Douglas DC-9 had the most mishaps of all aircraft, and the general aviation aircraft was dominated by Cessna for most of the mishaps there. When looking at the airline breakdown, Delta Airlines had the largest share of mishaps in 1990 and was followed closely by other airlines. So what are some strategies for improving data collection quality? First, with data quality, there are 3 dimensions that are crucial. First, the data's got to be complete, there's not anything missing, that the data is recent and current, and that it is accurate. Here we can see a depiction of the actual raw Excel download from the FAA data. We can see that there's missing fields, incomplete data, different formats with location and location, GREF data, and date information, as well as different make and model designation. So when figuring out strategies for improving this data collection quality, a couple things you got to think about. First of all, numerous sources provide this information to the FAA, whether it's the NTSB, Part 121 Airlines Safety Management Systems, U.S. Armed Forces, Business Aviation, or Part 91 General Aviation, most of which is self-reporting. So all these things have to be figured out before a more comprehensive strategy. So what are some of the visualization strategies? First of all, data visualizations are always used to empower those ones trying to reach your audience. The proper context should always be given for the information you give. You must keep the visualizations and dashboards as simple and digestible as possible. Choose the right visual for the right task at hand, and design those visuals that will keep the users engaged. Thank you so much for your time and your interest in the FAA Accident Incident Data Review for 1990.